Hello scholars, welcome back to my YouTube channel English Odyssey. My name is Mahi and today we are going to discuss BEGC 108 British Literature 18th Century Assignment. Okay, in this video we will go through all the question one by one with simple explanation and important points that can help you prepare your assignment effectively. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, scholars, let's begin with section A, question number 1, which is based on the Augustan Age. This is an important period in English literary history, so while preparing this answer, make sure you understand its major characteristics, writers, and literary development. The Augustan Age is especially known for its emphasis on reason, order, satire, and classical influence. So scholars don't just memorize the names, try to connect the writers with their works and the major features of the age. This will make your preparation much easier. Now let's move on to question number 2, which focuses on satire in the 18th century. While studying this topic, pay attention to how writers used humor, irony, and criticism to comment on society, politics, and human behavior. And scholars, many of you often ask me, ma'am, can we write the answer exactly as it is given in the video? Yes, you can. You can copy this answer as it is in your assignment. I have prepared this especially according to the question and the required answer format. So you don't need to rewrite everything in your own words. Just make sure you understand the answer while writing it so that the concept stays clear to you as well. Okay. Now let's move on to question number 3, the rise of the novel. This question focuses on how the novel emerged as an important literary genre in the 18th century. While preparing this answer, pay attention to the social, economic, and literary factors that contribute to the development. Okay. And one more thing, many students ask me, ma'am, we need to buy an assignment for somewhere else. So no, you don't need to buy an assignment. You can write the answer provided here. I am preparing them according to your assignment question and requirements. So there is no need to spend extra money buying answer from someone somewhere else. Okay. Just make sure you write carefully and understand what you are writing. Now we come to question number 4, Bildungsroman. A Bildungsroman is a novel that focuses on the growth, education, and personal development of its main character, especially as they move from youth toward adulthood. Okay. Scholars, whenever you come across a literary term like Bildungsroman, remember its basic definition and main characteristics first. These terms are important not only for your assignment but also for understanding the literary text in your course. Okay, scholars, now we are moving to section B. Our first question asks, what role does Providence play in Robinson Crusoe's journey of survival? Here we need to understand how Crusoe's experience are connected with his faith, belief in God, and idea of divine guidance. While preparing this answer, pay attention to how Crusoe's survival experiences gradually strengthen his religious faith. So don't just remember the events, understand how his physical struggle and spiritual transformation are connected. Okay, scholars, now let's move on to question number 2. This question is about the significance of Gulliver's voyage or to Lilliput in Gulliver's travel. Gulliver's journey to Lilliput is important because it introduces us to a completely different society and helps shift present his ideas through satire. Through Lilliput, Swift cleverly comments on politics, power, social conflicts, and human behavior. Although the people of Lilliput are tiny, their problems are ambitious, are very similar to those of the real world. So this voyage is much more than an adventure. It becomes a way of criticizing 18th century society and politics. Okay, question number three. In this question, we are focusing on the proviso scenes between Mirabel and Millamant in the way of the world. These scenes are very important because they show how both characters want to maintain their freedom and individuality even within their relationship. Their conversation also gives us a glimpse of their modern and practical approach to marriage. And scholars, if you haven't read The Way of the World yet, I would definitely recommend giving it a try. The conversation, relationships, misunderstanding, and witty humor make the play really interesting and entertaining. Once you start reading it, you will actually enjoy understanding these characters and their worlds. Now let's move on to the next question, which focuses on how Thomas Gray portrays the lives of common rural people in Elegy, written in a country churchyard. Gray presents their lives with sympathy and respect, showing their simple lifestyle, hard work, struggles, and unnoticed contribution to society. What makes the poem especially meaningful is that Gray reminds us that ordinary people also have dreams, talents, and emotions, even if they never become famous or powerful. Through the quiet lives of these villagers, Gray reflects on human dignity, equality, and the universal nature of death. Now we come to the final question of section B, which focuses on the way of the world and its connection with restoration comedy. The play reflects the spirit of the restoration period through its witty conversation, clever characters, and focus on fashionable society. One of the most important features is wit. The characters use intelligent humors and sometimes sarcastic conversation to express their thoughts. The play also gives special importance to marriage, but marriage is presented not simply as romance. It is closely connected with money, social status, freedom, and personal interest. The play also gives us a clear picture of restoration social manners and behavior. Through its character and their relationship, shows the lifestyle values and social expectation of the upper class society. So, the way of the world becomes a strong example of restoration comedy. Okay, scholars, now we are moving to section C, where the question require a more detailed and critical discussion. Our first question focuses on colonialism and individualism in Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe. The novel presents Crusoe as an individual who values independence, self-reliance, and control over his own circumstances. At the same time, the novel reflects the colonial mindset of 18th century Britain. Crusoe's experiences show ideas of exploration, ownership, trade, and control over land and resources. His relationship with the people and places he encounters also reflect the attitude of the colonial period. So while discussing this question, we can see that individual and colonialism work together in the novel Crusoe's personal journey is not only about survival and independence, it also reflects the wider economic and imperial ambitions of 18th century British society. And scholars, I have prepared this assignment keeping the exam point of view in mind as well. So if you read and understand your assignment properly, you will also get an idea of the important themes, arguments, and examples that you can use while preparing for your examination. Your assignment can actually become a part of your exam preparation. Now let's move on to the last question of this assignment, which focuses on Gulliver's travels as a political and social satire. Jonathan Swift uses Gulliver's journey to different lands to present a humorous but sharp criticism of the society and politics of his time. Through Gulliver's experiences, Swift comments on political conflicts, corruption, power struggles, and the behavior of those in authority. The strange societies Gulliver encounters may seem imaginary, but they actually reflect many problems of 18th century British society. Swift also uses irony, exaggeration, and satire to make his criticism more effective. So, while reading this answer, remember that Gulliver's travel is not simply an adventure story. It also encourages us to question human behavior, society, and political institutions. And scholar, this is our last slide. And that's it for today's video. Okay, if you found this assignment helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to English Odyssey. And if you need any other assignment, lecture, or help with any question related to your IGNOU subjects, feel free to comment below. I'll definitely try my best to help you. That's all for today, scholars. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.